So gathering materials in the mines, that boring. Why would you do that? That's really, like, really, who wants to go in a mine and mine a bunch of resources just to use all those resources? Because, you know, it's create. You're going to use a bunch of resources because, you know, you always need more machines and you always need better and you need everything to be, you know, maximized as much as it can because you don't want to do, you don't want to mine whenever you can just have free iron, basically, or gold, or copper. I mean, there's also zinc, but I mean, in this pack, you don't really use zinc. So, I mean, you can make a zinc farm if you want, but I mean, I wouldn't really recommend it. So, yeah. So, the first thing you want to do is you're going to grab yourself a handy dandy explorer's compass. Because what these things do is they will show you exactly where you want, which is a geode. You're going to want a geode. Now, there's 4 different types of geode, just like I said. There's iron, gold, copper, and zinc. Which zinc you're probably not going to want. Because, I mean, you can make it if you want, but, I mean, in this pack, I don't even think there's anything you even use zinc for. Because you don't use it for anti-casing. Which is weird. But, I mean, you just don't. That's how the pack is. So, what you're going to do, there's 4 different types of geode. There's Azure, Crimsonite, Orchard, and Verdium. And also, this farm that I'm also making, it can also be used for Skystone, which is also really good for redstone duplication, which I need to make. I'm gonna have to make a video for that. I guess zinc is good for brass. You gotta, but you don't really. Okay, for how much you need iron, copper, and gold, it is not as much as you need for all the other stuff. So Crimsonite is iron. Azure can be grounded into, that is what zinc is. Zinc, so you don't really need Azure. So Crimsonite is iron, Orchard is gold, and then Verdium is copper. So the 3 main ones you want is the Verdium, the Crimsonite, and then the Orchium. Now I'm going to go for a Crimsonite one. So then I'm going to go here, and then hit Geode. And I'm going to want a Crimsonite, and then I'm going to hit Select Structure by double-clicking it. And then that's going to show me the closest geode possible for me. Now I'm going to do it the vanilla way, because like the vanilla way surprisingly is faster by using a Rending Gale, and then also using an Elytra. Well, you have to get an Elytra, and you have to and you just fly around, which is really nice. Looks like we're already here. You can put it in your offhand, so you know exactly where it is. So, once you do find it, you're going to want to find the exact center. And once you find the center, you can just dig straight down. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There we go. And then you'll just dig down. And then, oh, here we are. Is this it? No, this isn't it. This isn't it. Because it'll be coal. Oh, wait, no, this is it. And once you get here, it's going to be full of coal. It's going to be full of Crimsonite, and then what you really want is this Crimsonite Catalyst. Now, you can't move it, sadly. I wish, goodness gracious, I wish you could move these things. If I could have this at my base, it'd be so much easier to manage, but no, you gotta find it by hand, and there you can't move them or anything. So you want to clear out a nice area. You can clear out it in any fashion that you like. Now that we're able to clear out a decent vicinity, which was, I mean, I cleaned out just a little box around it, just like you probably do. I did mine a little sloppy because I'm trying to do it fast for this YouTube video. But, I mean, all you need is pretty much the mechanism, and you're pretty much good to go. And, alright. So now that we got it built, these make an 11 by 11 cube. So if you have some redstone, and you just click on it, well, yeah, it's going to generate an 11 by 11 block. Now, it's not going to generate a whole giant 11. It's not going to generate all of a 11 by 11 cube. It's just it depends on how many times it gets activated is how much it's going to generate. And let me just get rid of all this real quick. But basically, the means of this machine is you have a deployer which is going to supply this block with redstone. And that in turn is going to spawn it, and then you're going to mine it, and then you're going to process it into iron, which you can use. That. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the whole main of this thing is then this is going to give it red. This has to have a filter of redstone. So whenever it is spinning, it will supply this with redstone. And you can make it where this is automatically getting pumped in redstone, and you don't have to really worry about it that much, which is really nice. And if you have it chunk loaded, then that means that this will always be running, and you can have a train come grab the iron and then go back to your base and deposit that iron. Now this is going to be drill heavy. You're going to need a lot of drills, and it's going to be 5 up and 5 down. And then whenever you add the drills are going to go out by 5. So, actually, a nice little thing I can do, I can put this in my offhand, and I can actually use the wand to spawn in these drills. Now sometimes if you click it on wrong, it'll do that. But yeah, I can just, you can do this in survival as well. There we go. So then this is going to be the main drilling component of this build, because they spawn out in 11 by 11, and this whole inner row. Now I will say, if you cannot turn off your machine whenever it is generating items, or whenever this is being supplied redstone, you cannot stop your machine, because if you stop your machine, it would make it where the blocks are going to spawn in your machine, and it's going to replace all the items, and it's going to completely destroy your machine, is what it's going to do. So I will say, if this is still supplying redstone, you cannot turn it off, because that will cause the machine to be destroyed. Now you can put as many as you want. I usually put like a decent amount of storage for it, because it is going to be generating a lot. And then, where's my glue? So this is the main structure. This is the bulk of it. Now you do not want to glue the crimsonite to it, of course. Okay, and then you have it all glued together. Make sure this is attached. And this is the main structure. Then, you're going to have to power it. So then you get the mechanical bearing. And you do not want to glue the mechanical bearing to it, because then I don't even think you can connect it to it. And then surprisingly, all this needs is 2 water wheels. Casing. Small. Big. Casing. Small. Big. Casing. Small. Oh, go back. Small. And I believe this is the fastest. I'll check and see. Like, can I... Yeah, that's the fastest it can go. So let's get a Kong. There we go. Now it's spinning at the speed I want it to. Let me just turn this off. So, you do not ever want to supply this catalyst with redstone while it's powered off, because then all of this will be replaced with the crimsonite, and that'll break your machine. You'll lose a lot of resources that you put into it, which is all the mechanical drills and all that stuff. Now this bottom, you're going to want to get your portable storage, and you're going to want to put that right there. Now, I don't know why, but with all machines, they won't connect immediately. Like, so if I turn this on, for some reason it doesn't connect. The only way to get it to connect is by placing another portable storage, and then it'll connect. Why? I don't know. It's just, yeah. So for some reason, the only reason to connect to it is, I don't know why, but you have to put another portable in between these two, and then it will connect. And as long as this thing is running and is chunk loaded, this won't connect. This won't disconnect. But if you're not chunk loading and you leave the chunk and you come back, sometimes I have noticed that this bottom half won't be connected, and I don't know why. Like, this will just become disconnected, and you can't. The only way to connect it is by placing the portable storage back into it again, is what I found the best way to fix the. But if it is chunk loaded, if this whole area is chunk loaded, I have never ran into a problem with these becoming disconnected. Okay, so we're going to turn that off for now. And the best way I have found to do this is with... The best way I have found to do it is to get a smart chute underneath. And then you're going to want a storage controller. And then right beside it, you're going to want a brass funnel. And then you're also going to want a drawer for your redstone. And this is how you're going to input redstone into the system. Because you need redstone to spawn in. You need redstone to spawn in, to put into the deployer so that it spawns all the crimsonite. Or whatever you're generating. It can be the skystone, it can be the other two, the one for gold, the one for copper, and all that stuff. So, and the good part is like, this is all powered by 2 giant water wheels. That's all this needs. It takes 1,024 stress units to power this machine. But to make the smelter and the other stuff, it will take, it depends how fast you want the crushing to be. You can do 4 water wheels and then have the crushing wheels running at half, not full capacity, but half of their maximum speed, because their maximum speed is 2,000. But then you'd have to make 8 water wheels to get them running at max capacity for early game. Unless you're using the easiest thing you're going to be able to make is the beginner water wheels. So this is for your redstone, and then this you're going to want to be teleporting to wherever your smeltery area is going to be. I'm just going to set it up over here. You're going to have your drawer, 1 up, and then you're going to have a conveyor. Where is my... I should have grabbed the belt. Yeah, I saw them. There. And this doesn't have to be very long. It just needs to be as long as it is for the crushing wheels. The crushing wheels are going to need 2 anyway, so... I have 1 here. I have 1 here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now we just need to step it up with gears. So it's 6 sets to equal max rotation. And then you are going to... I mean, just in case I can... Yeah, okay, this is max. So 6... It's 6 gears. It's for the normal water wheel. For the big water wheels, it's 6 rotations to get up to max. Weird cave noises. Okay, so then... You can attach this any way you want. I'm just being lazy and just doing a bunch of gearboxes. Now, hopefully these are going the right way. Yes, those are going the right way. So, yep, they're running at max speed. So, it only takes 8 water wheels and then a bunch of gear ratio, which, to be honest, funny enough, you could just block this wall off and you'd never see all of this stuff. So then, you're going to have it grind down, and you will have to have another storage controller. It depends on how you want to sort it. I find doing this way easier. But it depends how you want to do it. Actually, that's too far down there, too. Then you get a smart chute. And then there you go. Then you're going to need a compacting drawer. And you can put it... You're going to have to build on top of it, so you're going to want to have a little bit of space around it. You are going to link this to your controller. Now this controller you're going to have to link to this drawer. Oh, it's too far. Crap. Okay, so whenever you're building this, you want to make sure you get it within range. I was a little stupid, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a cheese, and I'm going to build a middleman controller, because I don't feel like... I'm just going to build like a little middleman. It's going to be... this... So this is just gonna be like a little middleman. This one's gonna be connected to this, and then this one's gonna be connected to this. So this is a way you can extend the range, is by just using more controllers to extend the range, because that's gonna teleport here, and then that's gonna teleport here, and that's just so I don't have to move the build, and I didn't want to, you know, I did not want to have to move it. It's not practical. If you just make this a little bit closer. I just don't feel like doing that. So you're going to have this go into a controller. And that controller is going to be linked to this, because you're going to get nuggets. So whenever you do crush Crimsonite, so I'm in cheat mode. Get out of cheat mode. So when you crush Crimsonite, you're going to get a 40% chance to get crushed raw iron, and then you're going to have another 40% chance to get iron nuggets, and then a 20% chance, I guess, to get nothing. So you want to have it connected to the controller, and the controller is going to have iron in it, so it's going to automatically take all the nuggets, because it's going to go nuggets, iron bars, iron blocks. So you don't have to sort that. It's going to sort it by itself. And then, what you're going to have is you're going to have a smelting fan. You're going to have a fan that's going to smelt everything. Okay, so this is going to be... where is the smart chute? There we go. So you just need a smart chute, you're going to need a fan. Now, this fan can be powered however you want. I mean, I'm probably just going to stick a water wheel on it. It doesn't really matter how fast it's going. It's kind of just whatever. You can put a small water wheel, I just have that on hand, so I'm just being lazy. You just want to make sure it's going the right way. Where's my water bucket? There it is. That's going the wrong way. So I wanted to go this way. So then I got the fan going. Actually... This needs to go back one. I'm just gonna move this over one. So if you do move it, you want to make sure you relink the controller, because if you don't relink it, then it's not gonna do anything. Which, I'm lazy, so I think I'm just gonna put a shaft here. I usually put trapdoors, but you can also put shafts, because it doesn't really matter what you put. And then you're gonna make sure you want to get yourself some lava. So, then you're gonna grab your lava, and then have it so it's smelting. Now, it's reaching enough, like you can have it, as long as you have it going, I think that's all of it. I mean, this is going as slow as it can go, and it doesn't really matter, because it smelts all blocks the same. It just, the more blocks you have on a thing, the better. I think the more fans. So if you want to make this faster, you can put a fan on. You can put a fan facing this way. You can put a fan facing this way. You can put a fan facing this way, and it'll just make it smelt a little bit faster. But this is gonna be AFK, so you really don't have to worry about it that much. So, and then on top of this, you're gonna want to have a drawer, because this is gonna hold the. I do need to get a thing to lock it. Where's the locking tool? There it is. And you really want to have all these kind of locked. So, and this is the setup. This is pretty much it. This is all you really need. You can cover this up if you want, so you don't have to see it. You can make this see-through. You can put glass. You can put whatever you want. And then all that's left to do is actually give me that crimsonite. Did it get deleted? No, when did that? Okay, you go away. That means this is picking it up. Yes, I need that. And to be honest, you can also go. Well, I guess you can stay. So you want to set that to crimsonite. Set that one. What? Weird. Set this to crimsonite. If you have a middle controller, you're going to want to also set that to crimsonite. You will need to have another brass tunnel. So, and you want to do to pull out. It's going to pull out as much as you don't really need to mess with it, because it's going to pull out however much is in the storage. Most of the time it's going to be 64 whenever this is running. And here you're going to want. Do I have to set it first? I do, don't I? You're going to be redstone. So this isn't going to accept it until this is running, which is very nice, because if it started placing it whenever it's not running, then you would be doomed pretty much. I will need to grab the... Where is it at? The portable, so that it will connect. But what you want to do is all you have to do is come over here and turn it on. Gotta have an empty hand. And then you have to make sure it's connected. And for some reason, like, it won't, like, grab it. There we go, now it's grabbing it. So, once it starts grabbing it, then that's going to go into the grabber, and then it's going to start destroying all of this. Then this is going to be transported here, and then it gets transported here. And then this is going to go right into the grinders. Now, the reason it's not going in there is because I don't have this one set to iron. So that's going to take that. And then this is going to take... set this. I do need a piece of iron. It's full of redstone, so it can't connect the crimsonite. So it's because I put the creative barrel in here. So I need to... I filled it up with all redstone is what the problem is. And that's why it's not collecting any of the crimsonite. So once it does get a little bit of space, it should start putting in the crimsonite. So ignore it coming down, because you don't want to put too much crimsonite into it, because then that's gonna, once you fill the barrels, then it can't pick up crimsonite. So once the redstone gets flushed out of the system, then it will start teleporting. Yep, there we go. See, it's putting all the crimsonite into here. So it's gonna take that crimsonite. This is gonna teleport it over here. Now you want to have it closer so you don't have to have a middleman. I have the middleman because this is too far away. And so then this is going to come through here, and it's going to get sorted into here. And then what I need to do is I need to take one of these. And actually, I need an iron ingot. Is there already an, yeah, there we go. So I got an iron ingot. No, I don't need an iron ingot in there. I need to set this to iron so that it's, whenever it's smelting it. And then this is going to be turned into the, I got to unlock it. Just dang it. Get rid of the redstone. There we go. Is this not connected? Okay, so then I connect it, and that will be sending the raw iron, if it doesn't have crimsonite in it, because crimsonite got pulled into it because of all this stuff falling. And then, so now all of it will go put into here, and then I can get rid of this, and you can see that it is being dropped into here, and then it's going to automatically smelt, and then go straight into here, once it gets done smelting. And you're just going to see this tick up pretty fast once it starts smelting them. Yep, there we go. Up to 13 blocks already, and it's barely been running. And then this can run, as long as it has redstone being pumped into it, and it doesn't run out of storage space, of course, so it doesn't have all this spawning around the bottom, then that is going to be infinite, as long as you're supplying it redstone. And you can set it to, like, here, I'll show you. If I were... Because the reason is I had too much. That was what the problem was. So I can set this to redstone. And you want to set this. You don't have to set this to redstone, but it usually is nice to. And then you want to make sure you... You want to set it to 1. You want to set it to exactly 1, so it's only doing 1 at a time. So this doesn't overflow with the redstone. Because the problem is whenever it's dropping all this stuff, which is doing it right now, because I think it got filled up with redstone. So now it should, and then this will run automatically. So you can set up the redstone automation however you want. Usually, you're not going to have an infinite amount of redstone. So, you should not overflow. And if you are worried about overflowing, you can make it where there's like a really big, just put more storage on the back of it, and you will never have to worry about it, it overflowing with, redstone. Because that's the problem this is running into, is I have too much redstone being pumped into it. And that's the reason why it's causing all this to be dropped and whatever. So, yeah. Especially if that isn't happening. Crimsonite's being grabbed out of it. There we go. Yeah. And then so automatically come through here, it'll be smelted, and go straight in here. And see, we already got 81 blocks of iron. So as long as you have redstone, you have iron. Once you get this set up. And you can have a train come in, have something piping out and then going into like funnels and being blown up all the way up to the top where it can be harvested. Now this can be used for skystone, though the skystone, it will be slower, and you want to make sure you don't put as much redstone into it because it will not mine it as fast. This can be used for the copper, this can be used for the gold, and yeah. That's my TED Talk. That's how I make all my iron.